Let me show you a technique for stacking vocals. I've had sessions where I'm the vocalist and the engineer's on the other side, and what he's doing is, like, take this particular section. There's actually a couple of different things I need to show you.
Finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
So this is the lead in that second verse where we started stacking stuff. So check this out.
If finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
So now I decided I wanted to stack this section, start to kind of flush it out. So what we'll do is we'll catch the first stack. And what I'll do is I'll start panning left and right away so that I can tell if it's tight enough. In mono, this is what it sounds like.
Finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
It's definitely there. So it's so tight. So
if finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
That's the first one, but I can barely really tell that there's something there. So I really want to start to create an image, like an audio image with this whole thing. So I'll start, even as they're singing it, or as they're singing it, I'll start panning left and right away. So I can tell if it's lined up, if I can tell it's the right vibe. So check it out.
If finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
Beautiful. That's laid in. Now it's time to get the second stack, hard right. For me, I keep the levels exactly the same, because if I start pulling down what they did, now I can't really tell if the vibe is matching and all that. So now here's the second, all three.
If finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
The third, it's on the left.
If finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
And the fourth.
If finding you were good for me, then why do I?
Now you can start to hear that there's texture there. Here's another thing to think about and definitely consider all the time. Sometimes people ask me, how many stacks do I do of a part? If I stack something, you always want to do 4. Don't do 2, because if you do 2, you've just got 3 there, and it really doesn't create anything special. So always just do an even number of 4.
You were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
Now I want to start to add another note. Same thing, left, hard right. And this particular note is blended down just a little bit because harmonies have to be balanced properly.
If finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
Next, third note, same thing. Hard left, hard right, always 4 stacks.
If finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now? Like you think I would've asked by now. I'm in the palm of your hand and you don't give a damn. Was it easy to let me go? Say it quick, love my name when you're saying it. I don't even know why I'm saying this, cause nothing I'm saying is gonna change this.
Boom, and there you are. So when you're stacking a unison note, for me, it's if you have the lead and the lead is powerful, most of the time it is.
If finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
When you stack that unison, a general rule is, like in something like this, if the texture is, if the lead is powerful, I want it to have some layer and some sweet texture to it. I just simply have them sing that unison part a little bit softer. My term is usually, now give it to me sexy.
If finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
It's there, you know, not taking up too much space. And then I have room, if I need more of that particular note, I can just turn it up more. So with all my stacks, when I laid out how the effects are, there's no magic here. There's nothing different when it comes to the background vocals. Remember, simplicity is key. So once I start singing and once I start getting my EQ and everything set, it's pretty much the same for the entire record. So all my stacks, exact same reverb, delay, little bit of doubler, and then EQ, compressor, and then just the driver. So let me break down some of the different things that are in the second verse that make it special. Just different colors that I added that aren't in the demo.
I really gotta ask myself.
Of course, you got the lead. That particular, we realized that we love how that sounded in the demo, so we pulled that in from the demo. Him singing the but it's really compressed, it's really pushed, and it sounds like it has vocoder on it as well.
Finding you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
So along with those harmonies that I added, the block harmonies, I added a high ad-lib. And as you start soloing stuff, you hear that crossfades and stuff. So here you go.
good for me, then why do I want you back right now?
And this is with the track.
If I knew you were good for me, then why do I want you back right now? Like you think I would've asked by now. I'm in the palm of
Another
your
high
hand,
harmony.
Don't give a damn, was it easy to let me go? Say it quick.
And then it's like, think of different things, like this high harmony, easy to let me go. And then that also goes with easy to let me go. So you got two parts that are running against each other and just creates great magic.
Damn, was it easy to let me go?
Then you add the melody,
Give a damn, was it easy to let me go?
stack, unison stack.
Give a damn, was it easy to let me go? Say it quick, love my name when you're saying it. I don't even know why I'm saying this, cause nothing I'm saying is gonna change this.
So it's all about just making it interesting. So for me, when it comes to harmonies, all of these harmonies were created, and they're always created right on the spot for me. Like, as you heard when we listened to the demo, there really weren't any harmonies there. That's the extra thing as a vocal producer that I bring to the demo that makes the demo a record. So none of these things are written out. It's not, I don't listen to it and write stuff down, because you don't have time for that. Like I said, I go on all feeling, and that's why it's so important to make sure that you have a toolbox of audio colors, and that you know music theory, or at least you know what harmonies work together, when things are in the right key, when things are in the wrong key. You need to know those things, but you'd be surprised. A lot of people produce records and the engineer has to have somebody tune it and stuff like that. But as a vocal producer, it's very important that you know what harmonies go with what notes go with certain notes. And it's also great to be quick at what it is you do. The artist does not have time to stand in a booth while you listen to something and go, wait a second, let me figure out something. And you take a minute or 2 minutes to figure out the harmony. Like, these things literally come out of me at all times. So that's a great thing. So be up on your music. Well, when it comes to harmonies, and, are there always harmonies and cross harmonies like I pointed out in all the records that I do? No, because every record dictates something different. We cut another record earlier that doesn't have any backgrounds in it. And because the record is so simple and the lyrics are so powerful and the melody is so powerful, it doesn't need anything, that you don't have to embellish it at all. And it's just how the timing, how the record was laid out, you can keep it really simple. So as a vocal producer, you have to know when to make a call. Like, if you're a football coach, you have to know when to put a certain player in, or if, what play to call. And it's the same thing like when you're producing vocals. You have to know if this is a record that calls for harmonies, that call for complicated harmonies, or just simple harmonies. Because if it's like a young pop record, no harmonies at all. It's very simple. Like, most records now have one lead straight through. Like, most of the records that we do with Rihanna are very simple. As a vocal producer, I need to know, let that live, because it's all about showing the vocalist tone, their special ability, and not how many tricky harmonies I can come up with.